sent my blessing to you, my people. I've sent my word to heal your disease. I've come among you and I've shown myself true. Ask of me what you want me to do. I am your God. I will make a way. Will you remember my word? Will you remember?
I serve Him. He's the sweetest hero. One more time. And the longer I serve Him, He's the sweetest hero. And the more that I love Him, more love Him bestows for His name is like heaven in my heart. Oh, the longer I serve Him, He's the sweeter hero. For each name is like heaven in my heart. Oh, when those that longer is the sweeter hero. No other you take the six. You found it said knowledge. On the Sabbath day, Sabbath is the day of rest. God made the world in 10 days, 6 days, and He rested on the seventh day. And so it's imperative that you understand what was or what is the time of rest. Now look at verse 6. And it came to pass also on another Sabbath that Jesus entered into the synagogue and He taught. And there was a man whose, everybody say, his right hand was withered. And the scribes and Pharisees watched. They watched Him, whether He would heal on the Sabbath day, that they might find an accusation against Him. Yet Jesus paid no attention to them. There comes a time when you pay no attention to those who are trying to find fault with you. But He watched the level of discernment and revelation, sisters and brothers. But He knew their thoughts, and said to the man which had the withered right hand, rise up and stand forth in the midst. Come out of the crowd and come in front of everyone. And he arose and stood forth. Then said Jesus unto them, I will ask you one thing. Is it lawful in the Sabbath days to do good or to do evil, to save life or to destroy? And looking round about upon them all, he said unto the man, stretch forth your hand. And he did so. And his hand was restored, whole as the other. And the scribes and the Pharisees, and they were filled with madness, and communed one with another what they might do to Jesus. They were filled with madness. I want you to look at Matthew 12, verse 9. Look in the Synoptic Gospel of Matthew to see what it says, to give some affirmation and context to Luke chapter 6. Now when he had departed from there, he went into the synagogue, and behold, there was a man who had a withered hand. And they asked him, saying, is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath, that they might accuse him? So now they're asking him if it's lawful to heal. Then he said to them, what man is there among you who has one sheep, and if it falls into a pit on the Sabbath, will not lay hold of it and lift it out? Of how much more value then is a man than a sheep? Therefore it is lawful to do good on the Sabbath. Then he said to the man, stretch out your hand. And he stretched it out, and it was restored as whole as the other. And the Pharisees went out and plotted against him how they might destroy him. Tonight I want to talk to you on a simple thought. No more hiding it. Stretch it out. No more hiding it. Stretch it out. No more hiding it. Stretch it out. This story, the day of worship, and interestingly enough, was not a day to be healed on. How can you live in a time where doing good is considered doing bad? We can become so legalistic that we no longer have empathy for our fellow man. Jesus was faced with that in his time. He was confronted with the hypocrisy of religious institutions that had moved away from the spirit of his word and manifested the letter of his word. The Bible said, for the letter killeth, but the spirit gives life. The backdrop to this man is he went to the place of worship but could not clap his hands. Going to the house of God but could not receive remedy because the day of worship was not a day for healing. Oh, what a dichotomy. The place where the power is, yet the power was not extended to him. He had religion, but without the power. Here comes Jesus of Nazareth. preaching and demonstrating the power of the kingdom. And here are those who are the scholars of the word, who teach the people the way to God, yet none found him. And they were blind in how to get you to God and can't find God themselves. Can it be that history is repeating itself, that even today, those who stand in a position of power have lost the empathy and the touch of compassion that is necessary to heal the sick among them, that we are out of touch with the very God we preach, out of touch with the very people we preach to, out of touch with the concerns and the effects of what people go through. Can I tell you something? It's very dangerous for us as leaders when we no longer know the story of a normal man. When we no longer understand what it is to go home and the only thing there is 2 slices of bread, and when it is eaten there is nothing else coming in for the rest of the evening. This man's situation is likened unto many today going to church but have no ability to praise God. Going to church but have no ability to lift up themselves from the situation they're in. Going to church, but something that's happened in the mind has affected something in their body. Going to church, but they're handicapped. You would love to give, but can't give anything because you're handicapped by your situation. You are cursed by the problem that you are facing, and no matter how you try, there is no deliverance that is coming to you. And year after year, you seek solution, but can't find no solution. Year after year, you seek for God to find you and to spot you and to give you a hope and an assurance that your time for your miracle has come. But still you go home the same way you came into the house dry and going back home dry. Came to praise, but there is no ability for you to praise, no ability for you to dance, no ability for you to clap your hands, no ability for you to play the tambourine and they say, God, if I could only do it. Oh, when you are infirm and your hand is all withered and you're seeing everybody dance in the service and you look over at somebody who has 2 pair of hands and a pair of legs and everything is right with them, but they sit back in the presence of God and don't want to praise Him, don't want to open their mouth. You're dumb, but they have the power of their tongue. You are blind, but they can see, and they don't want to lift up holy hands and give Him praise. You are there, looked up, but they can lift their hands and still they act like God owes them something. Sisters and brothers, we have been coming to church to be spectators, but not demonstrators of the power and the glory of God. We have been witnessing so many of our people move from the presence of God. They want God's Spirit to get on them before they wrinkle their garment or get their face to get all sweaty and their foundation run down on their nice expensive clothes. Did you come here to be involved in a fashion show, or did you come here because you know because He lives I can praise Him? Because He is. All my things are gone. You don't know my story. You don't know when the devil came to swallow me up like a flood, but the Spirit of the Lord lifted up a standard. You don't know when the driver was swerving in oncoming traffic by falling asleep, and nobody knew, but somehow the angel of the Lord alerted the driver, and he swerved in the nick of time. I could have, should have been dead, but had it not been for Jesus who was on my side. Because He is. I can tell somebody about Him. I can tell them that He is a good God. Even the child died at the woman at Nain. When Jesus is in the city and you're crying and leaving the city, I hear him say, stop the procession and hold on from the funeral. The boy is not there. I heard the people that gathered around to make sure that a miracle was there started to laugh at the man who believed that a miracle was alive. There is some people that are walking with you, but their heart is not with you. They are walking with you, but they are laughing at you. I hear Jesus. I hear Jesus. So the boy is not dead. He came over to the girl and he stopped him and said, young man, I say unto you, arise. And the young boy that was there got up and started speaking. The funeral turned into a revival. God is about to change your story. He's about to without impediment. I am the way. I am the healer. I am the deliverer. I am the man. Heaven shall be manifest. The man becomes conscious because the hand is covered. I don't want nobody to see my problem. How many of you have a problem and you hide the problem? Come to church, but you hide the problem because you don't want nobody to talk about the business. Having a situation. And you don't want nobody to know because you're afraid of what people got to say. And here comes Jesus telling you to come out up front and take off what you're calling. And now he's telling you to do something impossible. The hand that have no muscle, he's telling you to stretch it out. The hand that has no feeling, he's telling you to stretch it out. But Jesus, I haven't stretched it for years. He said, because your mind is where you need to stretch it from. And if you don't stretch it, I cannot restore it. But if you don't expose it, I can bring the power back. Rise up! Change the position. When you have a withered hand, you're always in a position that people are sorry for you. But when you rise up, you become strong for yourself. It's time to take care of yourself. You're not ready to do things on your own. You don't have to wait for people to come to you. Wait for people to say, let's can you do? Wait for people to tell you, rise up! Stretch out my hand. And he stretched it out. Ladies and gentlemen, he stretched it out. Immediately, something happened for him. Jesus had to now be fighting with those who didn't want to see this man in a better situation. You know, there's some people that never want you to hear your prophecy when you hear it. The man stretched out the hand, and the withered hand became as the whole hand. And the people who should have rejoiced were filled with madness. The miracle in the church turned into a plot to murder the healer. And we wonder why the healer don't show up. Because when the healer shows up and shows off, somebody starts a plot. Did you know that they had to protect Lazarus? Because they wanted to kill him. Because he was brought from the dead. And by him being alive, and everyone knew he was dead, gave testimony that Jesus is Messiah. So they planned to kill him, to get rid of the glory. Whoever is planning to kill you for the testimony to die, they will die in your place. Remember, as strong